Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Now in this video I will tell you about the kingdom Monera. Okay. As in the previous video I have told you about the kingdom Monera, that all kinds of bacteria and blue green algae are kept in this group, this kingdom. Okay, and they are the prokaryotic organisms. Now we will study about what are the prokaryotic organisms. So children, as you all know about the structure of the cell, okay, the cell is the basic unit of our life. So here the prokaryotic organisms are having the you can say defined cell structure. Okay, so they are called the prokaryotic organisms. Okay, these are the primitive one. Okay, they are known as a primitive one. Why? Because you see. This one is the eukaryotic cell or animal cell. Okay, this is, you have already studied in 6th standard, that mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, okay, endoplasmic reticulum, okay, these all are there. Cell membrane is there. Okay, so nucleus is there. Then you can say nucleolus, nucleoplast, nuclear envelope. Okay, this is the eukaryotic cell. Okay, well defined, everything is well defined. So, they are having the covering. Okay, the nuclear material is separate. Okay, but in case of prokaryote, the nucleus is not defined. Okay, that means it is not separate inside. Okay, so here you can see plasma membrane is there, cytoplasm is there, ribosomes are there, plasmid and pili, and bacterium flagellum is there. Okay, and this is there's no nucleus proper. Okay, nucleus is not there, only the DNA material is there. Okay, that is the nuclear cell circular DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, this is present but not a proper nucleus. So this is called the prokaryotic organism. So kingdom Monera is having this kind of structure or having this kind of cells and the organisms. As it is shown in your book, monerans are the simplest unicellular and prokaryotic organisms. They lack a defined nucleus and cell organelle like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, mitochondria and chloroplast. Cell wall is present in some organism and absent in others. The bacterial cell wall is not made up of cellulose as in the case of plant cells. Cell wall, you know, for the protection of the plant cell, and that is made up of cellulose. That is absent in monerans. Okay, then they may be autotrophic. Okay, like plants. Some are blue green algae is there, and some bacteria are also autotrophic, but some are heterotrophic also, and in that parasitic, saprozoic and symbiotic. Okay, symbiotic, that means they depend on others and others will depend on them. Saprozoid, that means saprozoic means they are dependent on the decaying material, and parasites, they live on the host, living host. Okay, for example, bacteria Salmonella typhi is there. It causes typhoid. Vibrio cholerae causes cholera, and Escherichia coli, they are also, that is the present in your intestine. Then mycoplasma is there, and blue green algae or the cyanobacteria, it is known as the Anabaena. Now talking about the shapes of bacteria, bacteria are found in actually singular of bacteria is bacterium and bacteria is a plural word. Okay, so bacteria are microscopic, that means it can be only seen under the microscope, acellular, prokaryotic, and or single celled organism. Okay, they may be spherical. Here you can see spherical cocci, known as cocci, rod shaped bacillus, okay, and spirilla, spiral shaped, and comma shaped vibrio. Okay, so on the basis of their shape, their names are given. Okay, just like lactobacillus, it's a very common example that prepares the curd. Okay, it changes the milk into curd. So lactobacillus, lacto means milk, and bacillus, that is a rod shaped bacteria. Okay, so here you can see they may be spherical, rod shaped, spiral, comma shaped, and they are found everywhere in the air, soil, water, everywhere. They are omnipresent, okay, because they can survive in the extreme weather also, extreme cold and extreme hot weather. They are able to survive, and some of them can cause diseases also. So here they are simplest prokaryotes, and they lack cell organelles, chloroplast, mitochondria. Nucleus is absent, as I told you, only they are having the genetic material. Okay, and bacteria have ribosomes for the protein synthesis. Okay. Now, we will study the next topic, useful bacteria. What are the useful bacteria are there, and that is the economic importance. In the question also it was given. So what are the important role played by the bacteria in different fields, that is in medicine, agriculture, industry, and maintaining a clean environment. Okay. So one by one, here you see in medicines, antibiotics, serum with antibodies, and vaccines are obtained from the bacteria. Okay, many bacteria are there which can give the antibiotics. Okay, then here you can see many diseases like typhoid, diphtheria, pneumonia, and tuberculosis are there that will be controlled just because of these kind of antibiotics, and these antibiotics we get from the bacteria only. Serums contain antibodies against a particular pathogen. They are used to prevent specific bacterial infection and provide immunity in the body of a particular disease. Serums are produced only for the particular diseases. Okay, it's not common. Okay, so they are having the antibodies which are especially for particular uh, diseases. Okay, then vaccines are used for the protection against infection from a particular disease. So like typhoid, cholera, and smallpox, that vaccines you are getting, and the vaccines are given before the onset of the problem so that you can remain protected. Okay, on injecting into the body of man, it includes induces formation of antibodies, and this provide considerable degree of immunity. That means you are protected just because of the vaccines. Now children, next is the industry. In the industries, which kind of industries? You can see there are many milk products are available in the market. So that is just because of the working of different bacterias over there. Okay, so preparation of the curd, lactobacillus bacteria are used for the fermentation and curdling of the milk for curd formation, and the milk sugar that is called the lactose is converted into the lactic acid just because of the action of the lactobacillus bacteria in the milk. Okay, so you know that lots of production is there of the curd. Different industries are there who produces curd. So how they are able to do so? Because of the lactobacillus bacteria. Okay, then curing of cheese, bacteria help in the producing of cheese of a particular taste. So different you know very well that cheese, many kinds of cheese are available in the market, and all they are having the different taste. Mozzarella cheese is having different taste, then cheese slice is there, then many are there. Okay, so for that purpose also bacteria are helpful for making giving the particular taste. Then next is the manufacturing of vinegar, acetic acid. So it is the fermentation of sugar solution by the activity of acetic acid bacteria, and in the same way alcohol is also produced with the help of bacteria only. Okay, that is the Clostridium acetobutylicum. Okay, acetobutylicum is used for the production of the alcohol, and acetone for from acetic acid. Okay, then curing and ripening of tea and tobacco leaves. As you know that tea and tobacco leaves are preserved. Okay, it is just because of the, and it is having the particular aroma and the flavor. Aroma, that is smell is there, and the flavor is there. So this also is carried out by the bacteria. The next is the tanning of leather, removal of tissues and the hair from the hides and skin of mammals is done by the fermentation with the help of a bacteria. So this bacterial solution is there, that leather is kept into that, and then all the tissues and the hair will be removed by the fermentation process. Okay, then retting of fibers, retting of jute, hemp and flax fibers done by the pond water bacterium. Okay, and these fibers are used for making ropes and linen. And formation of biogas, that is biogas or the gobar gas. Okay, decomposition of the excreta of the animals and human beings. This gas is inflammable and is used for the cooking purpose. So the liquid and the solid end products are used as a manure in the field. So this biogas is the just the formation of the just the action of the bacteria. Okay, so the gobar gas is having the anaerobic bacteria. Okay, which can survive without oxygen oxygen and this gobar grass plants have the dual purpose, as it was told, that they are having the they prepare the gas for cooking and manure for the field. Now children, the usefulness in agriculture is the next topic, that is bacteria, how the bacteria is useful in the agriculture field. So first thing is the nitrogen fixation, that is the rhizobium bacteria is there. It is present in the root nodules of the legumes. Okay, legumes are just like pea plant is there, and those who are who need lots of nitrogen. So what does they do? The rhizobium bacteria, they fix up free atmospheric nitrogen into the nitrates and increase the fertility of the soil. Okay, so here nitrogen fixation or nitrification is that the process of converting free atmospheric nitrogen of the atmosphere into the suitable form in the soil, like nitrates. Okay, you know that nitrogen is very much important for the protein synthesis, you know? So this is the nitrification. Okay, so nitrification, the process of conversion of ammonia from the soil of nitrates, is called the nitrification, and it is done by the nitrobacter. One side nitrification is done, another side denitrification is also done with the help of bacteria. The process of conversion of nitrates from waste and dead bodies into nitrogen gas is called denitrification. Okay, it is carried out by the free living denitrifying bacteria, that is the Pseudomonas. Okay, so nitrification and denitrification both is done with the help of bacteria. So children, here you can see the clear picture of atmospheric nitrogen here. It is in the atmosphere. Okay, and here you can see that this is the nitrogen fixing bacteria in the root nodules. Okay, pea plant is there and they are having the bacteria. What they are bringing? They are bringing the nitrogen here. Okay, they are taking the nitrogen. Then here ammonia is there. The nitrifying bacteria changes nitrites NO2 into nitrates, and then again it is absorbed by the plants. And here the denitrifying bacteria is also there. The plants when they and the animals when they decompose, and the aerobic and anaerobic bacteria and fungi will work, and that releases ammonia. Okay, so this ammonia will be converted into nitrites. This ammonia will be converted into nitrites. So ammonia they are getting from the decomposition of plants and animals. Now children, as we came up to know about the good bacteria, there are some bad bacteria also. Bad bacteria means what? Those who are the harmful ones. Okay, good one, those who are very much useful. And harmful bacteria, obviously they will produce some diseases. Okay, they are responsible for the diseases. So bacteria cause many serious diseases in humans, animals and also in plants. Also, they are responsible for the food spoilage. They spoil the cooked food, fruits, milk, vegetables, butter, fish, meat if they are not stored properly, if they are not refrigerated properly. Especially during these days, you can see that food can get spoiled very easily. Okay, the cooked food, fruits, milk, vegetable, butter, fish, meat, all these things. So here bacteria are also can be used as a bioweapon to create bioterrorism. Bacillus anthracis, which causes anthrax, is one such pathogenic bacteria. Similarly, bacteria causing cholera, botulism and poliomyelitis can also be used as a bioweapon. So students, hope you all have understood the topics. If you have any doubt or question you can ask in the comment section below, and the remaining topics will be covered in the next videos. Please like, share it with your classmates, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get my latest updates. Thank you and take care.